Please welcome Sandra Lee.
Well, Pat is absolutely right. Now, do I need to stand in front of this, or can I just, am I good here? Am I good here? Great. Okay, I'm going to do something I always do. I take my shoes off because I feel more grounded. I know that's stupid. Plus, if I trip, I know I'm going to be really embarrassed. So, and I want to focus on what I want to say instead of how I'm walking. Anyway, thank you very much, Pat. We had a great time yesterday at Channel 9, and then we moved on and did another television show. But it's wonderful to bring awareness to such a great cause and to our children that we have right here domestically that really need our help and need our support. But before I begin, I want to thank just a few people that are in the room. First of all, I want to thank very, very much Michael Smith and Carrie Welsh from my family at the Food Network. Without them, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to find out about Share Our Strength. So I'm very, very grateful, not only to them for introducing the cause to me, but for allowing me in everything that I do, on all the shows that I shoot, and the shows that they shoot without me. Naughty. To be able to do the PSAs and the calls to action and bring awareness to our cause. I also want to thank them very much for allowing the associations with all the brands. Semi-Homemade, of course, is about supporting brands. But what's great about those brands is they have pools and pools of money and their own foundation, like the ConAgra Foundation, which can really be supportive of our cause and really help us create even more money than we could without them. I also want to thank Debbie and Billy Shore for creating Share Our Strength. I think it was 24 years ago. Very nice. And in the last 4 years for their commitment and sole focus on childhood hunger, which I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my own experiences with that. But before, I want to thank just a few more people. Domino Sugar and, of course, C&H. Thank you, Domino. Thank you. I want to thank Family Circle and Linda Fears for being very supportive as our magazine partner. And one of the great things is now we're going to have a Food Network magazine that just came out that can help support us. And I am challenging you to match my magazine, Semi-Homemade, in February. We are going to have a page every single issue, as every magazine should, about causes and what are national causes that when you drill down, you can really make an impact locally in your own community. So I think those are great things, whether it's Share Our Strength, I'm very much for childhood hunger, and also for healthcare, or Children's Hospital, which is my other passion and love, those two things. I also want to thank our volunteers of the Great American Bake Sale. And my co-spokesperson, which is Jeff Goldman. He's so wonderful. He did such a good job. But without the volunteers and their time and their commitment, people like Daniel. Are you in the room, Daniel? Ah, hi, baby. I'm blonde. Thank you very much, everybody. Really, thank you from all of us for your commitment and your dedication to helping us end childhood hunger. One of the things I don't even know if you realize that you're doing in this good work that you do is it's kind of like help you, help me, help you, help me. And what I mean by that is the children that we are raising and that we are insulating and that we are giving this focus to and who we're helping, those kids are the kids that are going to be running this country. Those kids, I was one of those kids. Those kids are going to be the persons standing up here creating more awareness for the next generation. Those kids are going to be making the decisions for us when we're 80, God bless, 70. It's painful to say that. But when we are those ages, they are going to have a real impact on our lives. So for us to make them stronger, better, self-sufficient, more insulated, feeling more secure, and giving them every advantage will make a huge difference. So you should also look at this as an investment in your own future. I do want to share a little bit with you about my childhood. I know a lot of you know Semi-Homemade Cooking on the Food Network. Have you seen it? Thank you. Is anybody a fan of my Halloween shows every year? Yeah? Well, this year I'm going to be all the queens of England, because when I was growing up, I'm like, Mom, I just wanted to be the queen of England. I don't understand. So this year I am. I'm Elizabeth I, I'm Guinevere, I'm all four of these great women. So watch that September 26th at noon. But a lot of people who watch the show because they see the blonde on the set doing the cute meals and making a special tablescape for a family to share a meal with. And I do those tablescapes because it is about making it special and making it smart and providing an environment where your kids can come, getting off the computer, getting out of in front of the television, and bringing that family unit back to the table makes a huge impact in these children's lives. Even if it, takes you 20 or 30 minutes to get the meal on the table, it is worth every minute you're investing in your family. So I wanted to give really cute ideas and smart ways to serve your family not only a healthful, gracious, and what I call a mommy meal, but then when they come to the table, they're always excited, even if it's on a paper plate. I don't care if it's on a pretty napkin, but something that's in the centerpiece or some kind of game or some kind of something that starts the conversation going. Because the family unit is really the strength and the base of America. But when I was growing up, unfortunately, my mother and my parents had split when I was very young, and my father lived out of the state. My mother was very ill. She suffered from mental illness as well as drug dependency. I don't talk about it a whole lot, but one of the things that happens when you have parents that aren't strong and that aren't available to give structure and nurturing and support is that there's also nobody there that is the provider, the key provider in the family. So we were on food stamps and we were on welfare checks, and I remember being on the school hot lunch program. I remember how embarrassed I was in getting in line. I remember taking my food stamps to the grocery store, and I remember the girl who was standing behind me in line who I went to class with, and her parents owned the local dairy, and to me they were rich. And I remember standing in front of her and pulling out those food stamps. Not good. It does not make you feel good. I told you I never talk about this. Sorry. So when I share with you, or I go on tour for Share Our Strength, it is really an important cause. And it's not just about embarrassment. It's about understanding where your next meal is going to come from. And if it wasn't such a warm, sweet room of all you people doing all this good work, I know I wouldn't be crying. I'd be sucking it up, and all I want right now is a cocktail. I'm so sorry. Anyway, part of that also comes from being the mother in the house and having 4 siblings. I was the oldest of 5. So my brothers and sisters, and making sure they were taken care of. Gosh darn it. Someone said to me, ConAgra Slim Jims would be really good in a Bloody Mary. And then another gal said to me, oh yeah, if you put a pickle in there along with some V8 juice and you put in a Slim Jim, you've got your protein, your vegetable, and a little buzz, which I haven't had today yet. But as soon as I get on that plane. Anyway, but worried about them and how they were going to eat and how I was going to provide for them and create meals. Because I can tell you, when you're on food stamps, and the rise this year and next year in food stamps is going to be huge. It's going to be huge with this economy. We are going to be, what we're doing is going to be more important in the next years to come than ever before because of the children we have to be responsible for now, and we have to take care of now, meaning today. In a year, there's going to be maybe a quarter more, maybe 50% more. So we have to be on it. We all have to be Daniel. And it is such an amazing example that a 17-year-old has set for all of us to be available and to be open and to take care of not only our family, which is where my heart is. You take care of your own first, then you move out to friends, and you move out to the rest. But also, I think, sets such a beautiful example that for the adults that are out there that aren't doing as much as you're doing, shame on them. But thinking about siblings and thinking about family units, it's amazing that all of my brothers and sisters have grown up and they have fantastic family units. They each have 3 children. Other than myself, I don't birth babies, I birth books. But I'm happy to donate the proceeds, very happy. And my other brother, who is gay and has a great partner, he's marrying a doctor. So I'm happy, and they have dogs, so it's all good. And if he wants to adopt, I'm going to help him. But being thoughtful about what we're doing and how we're doing it and what we communicate and getting our friends and our family and our community involved is so important. I don't know if you know this, but I was one of the 3 gals who started the LA chapter of UNICEF. Gosh, I guess it was 7 or 8 years ago now. And in starting that chapter, I did all my research. If you knew me, you'd know. I study everything. I'm like, okay, what am I doing? How am I doing it? What impact does it make? Who are we serving? Who is it benefiting? So I did all my research internationally about not only childhood hunger in those countries that we service and health care that these little girls need, even their education. Their parents, if they have an opportunity for one of their kids to go to school, normally they'll send the little boys. And when the little girls come there, they're the ones who have to be sent out to get the water and do all the other things so the boys can learn. So it's very, very a difficult situation abroad. But when Katrina hit, the Food Network called me and asked me to do PSAs on the radio. And I remember where I was with Alexandra Stanton, and we were doing something out in New York. So I went to the radio station and I taped my spot. And then I called UNICEF and I said, what are we doing? I called my girls in LA. What are we doing about this? Oh, we don't donate domestically. What? We don't have any monies earmarked, nor do we ever really do anything domestically. There's not the need that there is in other countries. And I said, wow, that's not what I heard. I mean, did you see what's going on down in New Orleans? Do you understand what's going on? They finally ultimately ended up sending money down there, but what it made me think is there is a huge need here. And I think that so many of our causes and our children are kind of looked over because the need doesn't seem so prevalent here as it does internationally. But it certainly is. When you're talking about 12 million plus children every day are at risk for hunger. And again, I know what that feels like. You're not, for anyone to say that we don't need to start here, right here in the United States first, it's just unbelievable to me. So after 2 terms on that board, I did not renew my boardship. And I am focused on Children's Hospital and, of course, Share Our Strength. Those are my big 2 passions and my big 2 loves. So when I was approached to do this tour by the girls in my office, like, are you kidding? I need to go on a 12-city tour? No, I want to stay home. I want to relax. So then, of course, Jennifer and Audra came and said, what if we did it in benefit of Share Our Strength? Or we picked another charity. And I said, oh, that could make a difference. That might be smart. Okay, I'll do it for that. How many cities do I have to do? 12. So we've 2 nationals on GMA, 2 nationals on the Today Show. Today Show weekend, we're going to get a lot of press for our cause. In fact, I personally emailed Don Nash, who's the number 2 at the Today Show, and got the blessing to say, Share Our Strength on the air, and to solicit hopefully some calls to action to donate, to help support, to get involved in the bake sale. So we'll be on our 12-city tour. Yes, you're welcome. My pleasure. Anybody who wants to send a thank you to Don Nash, it only helps us. So I'll be going on the 12-city tour. We're doing 2 television stations in each city. We're doing 2 fundraisers in each city. We're doing a bake sale. but we're also doing a cocktail time. And I was thinking, especially after I've been on the stage, maybe we should be doing cocktail for a cause. Because you know, when you get these ladies a little liquored up, they pull out their pocketbook. I know. That's why they wait till the end of the event at UNICEF, and they have a thing under your plate. And after we've completely given you about 3 glasses of wine, we go right for it. We're like, lift your plate up, by the way. Don't eat another $50, another $100. I think that could be a great event. And I can't imagine one woman who would not come out for that. That's our next tour. Cocktailing for a cause. And feel very, very comfortable to steal the idea. It's semi-homemade, you can have it. 70% of it's mine, 30% you got to do it. Or maybe it should be the other way around. So that's really what I wanted to share with you today. Mostly I wanted to thank you. I want to be here with you. I think this is an incredible organization. I want to thank you so much for everything that you do. You really have no idea the changes that you can make in these children's lives. And you never know. One of them might wind up on the Food Network. That could be a wonderful thing. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Mwah. Thank you.
I always measure a good conference by how many times I cry, and it's so far, you know, it's only like day 1, and I've already cried a lot. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. We now have the pleasure of welcoming up to the stage Daniel Feldman. Daniel, come on up. When Daniel started doing the Great American Bake Sale with us, he came up to here on me. That'll give you any idea of how long he's been doing things. Let me give a little bit of background about Daniel and his amazing work. In 1997, Daniel's sister Amanda founded Peer Partners, a youth fundraising group. Daniel now leads the group that he's been involved with since he was 13. This is a very nice parallel to the other set of fundraising siblings we know, the Shores. Peer Partners strives to bring the community together through volunteerism around a variety of causes. Daniel started a subgroup of Peer Partners called Kids Feeding Kids. They have raised over $12,000 for the Great American Bake Sale so far, or $20,000, sorry. They've raised over $20,000. In addition to the check he's presenting today. And they're still going strong. They have another fundraising event planned in November. So thank you, Daniel.
Hunger is cruel and unfair. It strips away the opportunities for children across the globe to grow, thrive, and build on their dreams for tomorrow. My passion is to be part of the solution to this social tragedy. I joined Share Our Strength's Great American Bake Sale program in the fight against childhood hunger in 2004. My Kids Feeding Kids project has since then raised thousands of dollars towards that goal. Having previously donated $20,000 to Share Our Strength's mission, today I'm highly proud and honored to present Share Our Strength with an additional check in the amount of $11,500.
Good job.
That's it. Bon appetit.
Thank you.